What do you mean by array of pointers? Basically, we have seen a pointer. We have defined this at the beginning of this particular session, that pointer is nothing but a variable which stores the address of some variable. Now, can I declare an array of pointers? Generally, a two-dimensional array is treated as an array of pointer. How a two-dimensional array can be treated as an array of pointer? We have seen in the previous video that a two-dimensional array can be just collected by a single pointer, or even you can use the concepts of pointer to pointer or array of pointers in this. Now, suppose if I declare int a of 3, what this declaration means to you? This is a simple declaration of an array. So in this case, a holds a set of 3 values, and at all these 3 places you can store values. You can store values, you can store constants, you can store some variable values, whatever the operations which you want to do on these locations, you can do that. Now let me change this particular declaration. Instead of int a of 3, what if I say int asterisk a of 3? Int asterisk a of 3. Now how do I do this particular int asterisk a of 3? So in this case, how the declaration and how the contents will be aligned. So here, this a is not just an array. Still there are 3. In this case, this a is going to store the base address of the first location, and this first location is not a simple value. This is again a pointer. If it is a pointer, let me draw an arrow at this place. So all these 3 which I have indicated, they are all pointers. What I can store in these pointers? I can store address at this particular place. So basically, a two-dimensional array can be created by using array of pointers. The most practical applications of array of pointers is said with respect to a two-dimensional array. How this particular two-dimensional array and strings will be used for this particular array. So basically, first what I need to do is, I need to create an array of pointers. For that array of pointers, you have to create individual memory. In the later subsequent videos, you will see how dynamic memory allocation can be done. Dynamic memory allocation can be done by using a malloc. We have already seen the concepts of this particular malloc. And here, I am going to revise the concepts of this particular malloc. Right? Now, first of all, let me declare int asterisk a of 3. So what it does? Just as I said that this a will be now setting how many pointers? 3 pointers. For every individual pointer, what you do is you now give again values. You now create memories. So I have to create how many memories? I have to create a set of 3 values. So I'll say I equal to 0, I less than equals to 2, I plus plus. The first memory should be allocated to whom? A of 0. The second memory should be allocated to A of 1, and the third memory should be allocated to A of 2. Suppose every row should be made up of again 3 columns. So for this, what I will do is I'll say A of I equals to. When I is 0, this will be A of 0. Whenever I ask you to create memory, I should always say malloc. Malloc should have the number of values. How many values you want to create? N values. Each of what size? Integer size. So I'll say size of int. Since malloc function, as it is said that it will always return a void pointer, this has to be converted to int asterisk. Now if I set n as say 3, how it works? Now let's check this. When I is 0, A of 0 will be allocated memory. How much memory? N number, that is 3 multiplied by size of int. Size of int is 2. So 3 into 2 is 6 bytes will be allocated for malloc, and that will be converted to integer pointer. So 6 locations, each of 2 bytes will be given for A of 0. When you go back, I becomes 1. A of 1 will be again allocated the same memory. So A of 1 is again allocated the same memory. If you go back, I becomes 2. 2 less than 2, true. A of 2 equal to int asterisk malloc. So here again your array has got 2 locations. So if you want to do a practical program of a two-dimensional array with malloc, then this is how we are going to do. First, we are going to create array of pointers, and then for every individual pointer, I'm going to create memory. So how do I refer the first location? This is a of 0, 0. Second location is referred as a of 0, 1, a of 0, 2, a of 1, 0, a of 1, 1, a of 1, 2, a of 2, 0, a of 2, 1, a of 2, 2. So it means that I'm actually using a concept of two-dimensional array itself. But memory allocation is going to be done during runtime. And this is how we're going to use array of pointers. As I said, the most practical applications are said using strings. Let us see an example related to strings. Now, if I declare a simple array, in a string, we can store a set of characters. If I declare a character pointer or array of character pointers, as I have done at this place, char asterisk name of 3. Now, since I am using the concepts of arrays, let's see how these arrays are going to be done. So, suppose if I do it using the arrays concept, and then we'll see it without using the concepts of pointers also. Assume that I have created pointers at this place. So here, char asterisk name of 3 is nothing but an array of pointers. So this is name, and that creates a set of 3 pointers. What the first pointer stored? The first pointer will store a string, second pointer will store a string, and third pointer will also store a string. So in this case, char asterisk name of 3, I have set a first string as Adam, second string as Chris, and the third string as Daniel. So the first pointer is going to point to a string called as Adam, the second pointer is going to point to a string called as Chris, and the third pointer is going to point to a string called as Daniel. So how this particular entire concepts of unequal or ununiform array goes at this place. That is the beauty of pointers. When I use pointers, I can store strings of unequal length in each of those pointers. Now, Adam has got only 4, whereas Chris has got 5, and Daniel has got 6 characters. But still, the entire string is pointed by various pointers at this place. If I could not use the concepts of pointers, how this particular memory location would have been. So now let's see how do I do the same thing. Now let's see the same array without using pointers. How do I do this? Char name of 3 of 20. So name of 3. So it means that I'm going to store a set of how many names? 3 names, and in each names I presume that I'm going to have 20 characters maximum. Let's again associate the same values Adam, Chris, and Daniel, and how this particular memory allocation goes internally. Now this is how the memory allocation goes. In the first row, I'll store A at char of name of 00, name of 01 will be D, name of 02 will be A, name of 03 will be M, and then this will be appended with /0. But this array doesn't stop. This array continues, and here it continues till the 20 memory locations. So it means that these 20 locations are going to remain idle. Similarly, name of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then a null character will be stored. So again the remaining 20 locations will be continued. Daniel will again store these values, and then it will again continue at this place. So whenever we want to store a set of strings, if I use a concept of just arrays, in that case I'm going to waste a huge amount of memory. But if I'm going to use the concepts of pointers, I can store strings which are of unequal length. That is the advantage of using pointers, right? So to summarize this entire video, how do I create array of pointers? First, create an array with a pointer declaration, and for every pointer allocate memory allocations by using malloc. That's how we can create memory in a two-dimensional array. And the last thing which we said in the concluding part is how a character array can be converted to pointers so that we can store strings of unequal length. We have compared by using pointers and without using pointers. If I use pointers, I'll have exactly the memory allocation done as per the string length. Whereas if I don't use pointers, in that case, I had to waste a good amount of memory. That is about the concepts of array of pointers. In the later videos, we'll see how practical applications of this particular array of pointers can be done. Thank you.